Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Truth in One pod. I'm sorry, not Truth in One. Truth in
Truth in
Love.
Love with Truth One podcast. Amen.
Yes, I'm sorry, but I got a little tongue tied there. But anyways, everybody, welcome.
Welcome.
Yes, I am
Hi.
Cher Bear. They call me Cher Bear.
And I'm Ollie Bell.
And we are
Truth One. Yay.
We're a Christian rap group here in Palm Beach County. Um, we just released a new single.
Well, we released a single last year
Mhm.
and in April, and you can check it out. It's called So Lovely. You can stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, and we have a fantastic music video on YouTube by the wonderful Ron Mentor. I think you're going to love it.
All right, and that, I want to put a plug in right here about the concert that we're going to
That's
be
right.
at on Saturday, February the 8th, at the Greater Wrigley Temple in Delray Beach, Florida.
Come on by and see us. We're on between 5 and 7.
Between 5 and 7. And if you follow us, you'll be able to see us go on live. I think we're going to go live, right?
Well, we'll record it.
We'll record it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you follow us on Facebook and on Instagram, you'll be able to keep up with what's going on with us. Hey, and we also have merch.
Yeah, we got a wonderful website called truthOneShops.com where we have some candles, Amora 22 Candle Company, luxury scented candles. We also have some dope t-shirts and hoodies. So come on by, check it out. I think you'll just find some wonderful things that you might just love and enjoy. I'm wearing right now a But God hoodie. You can't see right now. Hold on. I'm wearing right now, this way, But God sweatshirt.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really dope. So I think you'll love it.
All right. So anyway, we're so excited today to have on our Truth in Love podcast a very beautiful woman by the name of Chemistry Hinson. Everybody say hello to Chemistry. We call her Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hi, everybody. I love you. I'm good. I'm so glad that you asked me on today. Nice.
Yes, we're going to be talking a little bit with Kim about parenting and about the doula profession that she's involved in right now. So anyway, Kim.
Yes.
Let's hear do you have a But God testimony?
I do have a But God testimony.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so I was 32 years old. We won't say how old I am now, but that was quite a few years ago. And I was super depressed at that time. And so I had attempted to commit suicide about 4 times. And this particular time, I was sitting on my bathtub contemplating which risk, how I was going to do it. And I heard God tell me, even in death, you won't have him. Now, the backstory to that is my husband and I had split up, and I was a single mama at that time. I got 9 kids. I had I had not been pregnant 9 times with 10 kids. And so he was gone, and he was gone all the time. And I just didn't understand it. So I was so hard being a single mom, military, and then trying to raise the kids without him being present. And so it was so overwhelming. I was just wanting out. I wanted some relief. And God said, even in death, you won't have him. And so from that point on to this day, I have never been that depressed where I wanted to take my life. But I am thankful because of my kids. Every single time that I attempted to take my life, my kids were my lifeline. They were, Mom, come, you want to play with me? They wouldn't allow me to go to sleep while I had taken the medication.
Uh-oh. You lose her.
They wouldn't allow me to go to sleep. And so because of my children, I am here today. And so I want to say, had it not been for God, I would not be here today. And so that is my but God testimony. And I thank him every day.
Praise good Lord. Yes, he was with you the whole time, I tell you.
The whole time. And honestly, that's how I learned that he was always with me. By going through the bad stuff. On the other side of the bad is the good. So yeah, you got to get through it though. You got to stay with it in order for you to just, reap the benefits of knowing Jesus. And so, but God, I'm here.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure a lot of women, have been going through similar situations.
Oh yeah.
Where they get so depressed about, losing a loved one or losing, a husband or a boyfriend. And these are the kinds of things that can bring you way down. God wired us to love. So when we lose a loved one like that, it's very heartbreaking,
devastating,
very devastating. So I'm sure that a lot of women, would appreciate.
Oh, I forgot to say too, we still together.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. So 32 years ago, but you've been married how long?
Yes, we have just been married for 25 years, but I've known him since I wasn't legal when I met him. So yeah, but yeah, I've known him a long time, and we had to mature together, and so we're still together. I still love that man. I love that man. That's a whole nother story. But
a whole nother story. Amen.
All right. So, I got a little ahead of myself. Well, we did.
Okay.
We need to introduce you. We need to let everybody know who you are. All right. So we're going to give you a brief explanation of who this beautiful woman is. She's a doula. If you don't know what a doula is, stay tuned. All right. So here we go. Kim Hinson is a certified birth and postpartum doula, dedicated to supporting families through the journey of childbirth and beyond. With a nurturing spirit and years of experience as a nanny, she has devoted her life to caregiving and empowering parents. A proud mother of 10 and grandmother to 26. Yes. Beautiful grandchildren. Kimberly, affectionately called Mama Kim by everyone, embraces family as the heart of her existence. She is also a loving wife to a wonderful husband, Reginald Hinson.
Yay. Hey, Reggie. Hey, Mr. Reggie.
Beyond her work in birth and postpartum care, she is a passionate artist, having graced the stage as a thespian for over 30 years. Now, what is a thespian? Let me stop right there.
It's another word for an actress on stage.
All right.
I do theater work. Yeah.
All right, theater work. She finds joy in singing with her Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church choir and the Ebony Chorale of the Palm Beaches, as well as dancing, decorating, and crafting. Her life is a testament to love, creativity, and dedication, whether she's guiding new parents, performing on stage, or creating beauty through her artistic pursuits. Wow, that's awesome. There's many facets.
Powerhouse.
Yeah.
You gotta stay busy.
This woman here. She's not only a doula, but she's an actress, and she creates beautiful crafts, and she loves singing and in the choir. So she's also a songstress.
Oh, wow.
How about that, you guys?
Woo! Yes.
All right. So today we're going to touch on all of those subjects. All right. So we have some questions. Can we ask you some questions?
Sure. Why, of course. Fire away.
All right. So, Ollie, let's go. Take question.
My first question, Miss Kim, is what is a doula exactly? And what's the difference between that and a midwife?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. Okay,
Clarify.
so the midwife is actually a medical professional who brings the baby into the world. They actually do the medical part of labor. I, on the other hand, as a doula, I am the birth coach. So I teach moms the correct positioning to actually get baby prepared to exit. I am there is the emotional support for them. I am there to answer all the questions with fact-based questions and answers. And I don't just nurture mom, I nurture dad too. And when I say I'm there to actually guide mom, normally moms pick me up about their 6 months. So at the 6 month, they pretty much have an idea of what they want their labor to look like. So I show them how to make their labor easier. And so I go with them for the next 12 weeks, and I go to their house, we make out their plan, and then we execute. Now, once they call me, I'm there with them until the baby is born. So a lot of times, unlike the nurse, the doctor, and the midwife, I never leave her side or the family side. I am there for them the entire time until we see baby born. Once she gets to the place where it's time for her to actually push, I coach her how to push effectively so she's not pushing all day, breathe effectively, whether it's medicated or unmedicated, and we go from there so that the midwife or the doctor can actually birth the baby into the world.
Wow.
Wow. Beautiful.
That's very much needed too, because you know, giving birth to a child, which I've not experienced.
It's not too late.
No, it's too late, trust me. Giving birth to a child can be very, very difficult. You know, from the stories I hear, painful.
Painful, yes.
But from what I understand, doulas can make this whole process a little easier.
A little easier, right. We can't alleviate. That's one thing that we don't alleviate the pain. We just show you how to manage your pain.
Manage the pain.
Yeah.
And that makes the whole process more easier, because when you couple the pain and the fear, it kind of brings in fear, which would probably make them more tense.
Correct.
So I believe that a doula would be able to help them relax and just enjoy, not really enjoy. Now, I'm sorry about that word.
No.
I'm sorry about that explanation, but it helps them cope better.
Cope. Right.
That's the word I'm looking for.
That's the perfect word, cope.
So you new moms out there, y'all need to hook up with Miss Kim.
Yeah. I always got room for new people. Always.
All right. So our next question.
Okay.
How has being a wife and mother of 10 influenced your approach to supporting other families?
Whoa, that's a loaded question. I think that being a mother and helping support moms, they go hand in hand, because my experience was I didn't have the support that I needed or wanted. I ain't gonna say that I needed, but that I wanted throughout every pregnancy. And so I know what it feels like not to have the support. So this is my way of giving back and being there for those moms who don't have somebody in the room with them. Because everybody, though they're pregnant, they don't have a partner, they don't have a spouse. And so that's where I step in and bridge the gap to that. And so being a mom and a wife, nurturing someone to do something that they know that they can do, or they don't know that they can do, rather, is how it helps you to mix the pot. It just bleeds over into your career. So
very much needed.
Yes,
I tell you. All right, so
so what does it take to become a doula, and where did you get your training?
Would you believe that it is not a very hard course. I literally, it is not. The hard part doesn't come in the information because you only go for 3 days.
Oh,
It
What?
is a
wow.
it is a 72-hour course.
Are you
And
serious?
then after you do your 72, because it's 72 hours, but you're doing, it's not 72, but it's 3 days, 3 12-hour days. And so
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
you're going through all of your coursework for those 3 days. But the work actually comes after that when you're doing your hands-on training, because you
Mm-hmm.
literally have to go to births.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually hone your craft while you're with your clients. And
I
so it's a
see.
very scary process. But if you trust the, if you go in with a set mindset that I'm going to do this and soak in everything, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very hard. When you start to apply what you know physically, it all comes back. And I did my education, that whole workshop was through
Mhm.
Mother's Care.
Mm-hmm.
They are based out of Pembroke Pine in Fort Lauderdale, I think that is. And so we did it virtually, and they are DONA International certified.
Mhm.
So that's how I became the certified doula, through the aftermath. Though I went through the workshop, Donna had to certify my hands-on, um, that process of me charting and actually taking notes of what happened with each birth. Donna had to sign off on that and say that I met all of the standards to become a certified doula. And the
Oh,
same
wow.
goes,
Wow.
yeah.
So do they give you any kind of like a certificate or a diploma
Yeah.
or?
I have a certificate. I have a certification badge that I have to wear every time I go into the hospital. My badge, unfortunately, I don't have it in the house. I keep it in the car just so that I don't ever have to. Where's my badge? So it's always in the
Mm-hmm.
car. But
Mm-hmm.
I keep my certification. It's a little bitty diploma.
Mm-hmm.
Um, on my keychain as well. But all of that, and DONA is internationally recognized medically. They are the number one certification platform for most doulas. There are a lot of them out there, so I'm a little partial to DONA because I went through their course. But yeah, that's how, and that is the how I became the doula.
All right.
Okay. So what was one of your most memorable experiences that you've had while supporting a birth?
Um,
Like a
I
standout story.
the Oh my gosh. I think my most challenging one was, I will call her Megan because of
Mm-hmm.
HIPAA. Of course, I can't
Mm-hmm.
say her name, but she was, oh my gosh, she had a traumatic rape experience. And
Mm.
Oh.
so to be in a room with her, and it was done by her, the incident was a group of men who
Mm.
used instruments. And so, because of that, she was afraid to be open, how you have to be open for birth. She didn't
Mhm.
know how she could do that. And so, with Megan, oh my gosh, I made sure that I was there with her for the doctor's appointments. I was there, and to see her blossom and open up and become accepting of the doctors and the nurses coming in and out, merely because someone was there to hold her hand,
Mm-hmm.
and she
Wow.
had to be okay with them giving her the simple exam
Mm-hmm.
because of the
Mm-hmm.
trauma that she had already been through. That was
Mm-hmm.
really hard for her, and it was hard for me because, unlike, well, I'm not going to say unlike, being a doula, you try your best not to take on your clients, I don't know, their traumas and stuff, but it's hard. because you're with them for 12 weeks. You learn them, you know them. And so her pain became my pain. And so I became her buffer. And to see her birth her baby open without any difficulty or anything, and watch her transformation, that to me was my most challenging, because how I approached her had to even be different. You know, she wasn't used to people touching her. And so, yeah, that was my most challenging. And just to be compassionate and empathetic was I think that was the catalyst that allowed us to actually bridge the gap for her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this role of being a doula is very, very. I never imagined that you would have to deal with a situation like that. Because, you know, we always hear the good stories about how women have babies and everything is nice and everything is wonderful.
That's
They
telling.
they welcome this beautiful baby into the world and everything. You know, after that, it's just nice. Those are the stories that we're used to hearing. We're not used to hearing the traumatic stories.
The traumatic stories.
Yeah.
But I think if we could, if we could expound on that and stop allowing traumatic situations to be taboo, then more people would come. You know, I mean, things happen to all of us. Some are more extreme than others. But if we knew that people wouldn't laugh or do the, the little, smirks or whatever behind back, make them feel comfortable, they would open up. And I think that's what Megan felt like during that time, because not only was I her doula, I was also her support, her emotional support, her crutch. I became her friend. And little baby Omar, of course I'm changing all of these names because I can't use the real name. But Omar, he was like he took to me as if I was, his grandma or something, because when he came out, I was right there. And I promise you, I believe he knew my voice because I was with her so much. He looked up like, I know that voice. I'm like, yes, you know that voice. So it is a rewarding career. So yeah.
Wow. Do you stay in touch with the women at all after they give birth?
Yes. I don't. Sometimes I go visit, like for the first birthday. Most of them always invite me to the first birthday celebration for the baby. But I always send, Happy Mother's Day, Merry Christmas. So I, extend the olive branch or whatever you want to call it, so that we still have a line of communication, because birth does not end with, my job doesn't end once birth is gone, because a lot of times they call me, what do I do when I can't get them to burp? That kind of thing. So just having somebody else that they can call, because not everybody has a mom. And so they call Mama Kim so that I can come and give them some, nuggets of wisdom and help them along the way. So
I would say it's a blessing if anybody were to have you as a doula, because, I know you as being a very loving person, a very caring person, and a woman of God on top of that.
You make me cry. Oh my gosh.
It's true. Anybody that comes in contact with you will never be the same. So you are a blessing. You are a blessing in this field to a lot of women.
But God.
But God. All right.
Yes, but God. Yeah. I give him all the glory, because he literally.
You want us to show your website?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, let's show your website.
Okay.
Give us just a second.
No worries.
Okay. So tell us.
Beautiful.
Wow. Hands of Care Supporting Services.
And I specifically chose supporting services because I support past birth. And so, it's not just doula. I do postpartum, I do toddlers, I do nannyship. So I still have a couple of moms that call me about their teenagers. So yeah,
Wow.
I don't think I've ever done anything other than nurture kids. Wow. Yeah. Nurture kids.
So here's how you can find Miss Kim.
Thank
You
you.
can go to her website at handsofcaregroup.com.
Yes.
All right, new moms out there or existing mothers out there, just get in touch with Miss Kim.
Just get in touch
Yeah.
with me. Even if you call, I promise you I always answer. Yes, give me a call if you're
Yeah, beautiful
fearful.
website.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
So next question.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you see your role as a doula as, like, say, like a ministry or a calling?
Oh my gosh. I see my to being a doula is truly a calling. It is totally different from a to me just being in ministry, even though they combine ministry. Yes, it can be considered that, but I really believe I was called to do this because my heart is not just for the the financial side of it. It is a lucrative business, yes, but for me, my reward is actually being there to support the mom and having a heart for your client because not every client is a good client. And so you have to be able to weather those storms. And if your heart is not in it, you will not be a good doula. And it is something you really have to be called for because the hours that you are with this family a lot of times can't be monetized. It goes beyond the money a lot of times because sometimes you're there for more than 3 days. The birthing process.
Do you have any instances where you're able to communicate through your faith or be able to, I don't say necessarily witness, but how, are you able to incorporate any aspects of your faith as you deliver your services to the mothers?
And honestly, I do, but because my faith is so ingrained with me, it comes out without it being preachy.
Right, right.
It's like because even when I'm in the mother's rooms, I make sure that I put up affirmations, and a lot of the affirmations, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So a lot of my lifelines or the affirmations that I put up are faith-based. And so it is a ministry of sorts, but I really know that I have been called to do this because I never feel like I'm working.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
And you have
Yeah.
even gone so far as to write a book.
Yay! Thank you, Sherry. I did.
Awesome. God is so awesome.
Oh my gosh.
And
And
this book is called,
uh-huh.
what is your book called?
Oh, A Doula's Journey.
A Doula's Journey.
Right, A Doula's Journey. It's a guide for new and expecting parents and their families. And basically, it is pretty much what I just told you. It's a step-by-step walk with me in what a doula does, how we help labor to escalate, how we help moms to prepare, how I help nurture dad and the family, because it's not always just dad. A lot of times there are children, other children and so you have to get everybody involved and a lot of, so it gives you a lot of background of what a doula is, what to expect, to help dispel a lot of the myths behind a doula. So yes, but I'm very excited about it. I'm so proud of it. It came on a midnight while I'm up. Believe it or not, I was at the hospital and I was allowing my mom to sleep, and boom, and I
Wow.
was started writing the book, and it came so fast.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. But thank you so much for even giving that plug.
Oh no,
Yeah, yeah,
of
of
course.
course.
We want to make sure we cover every basis because we're here to help. We're here to
Yes,
help your moms. We're here to help everybody with whatever they need. And
they need.
you guys, uh, if you would have seen how we promoted this interview, we put up some information about Miss Kim's book. It's called, I'm sorry, what is it called again?
A doula's journey.
A doula's journey. So please, everyone, if you know somebody or if you need one yourself, or if you want to just get one for a friend, please
Yeah.
do. We'll leave the information for you so you'll be able to purchase one. All right. All right.
Yes.
So the next question
Okay.
is, what advice would you give to aspiring doulas who might read your book?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think I touched on this a little bit earlier, but for most doulas, me included, when you finish your course, there is nothing else to catch you. So
Mm,
you basically have to trust what you know. And that
mhm,
would be my biggest nugget for them is to trust what you know. It's okay not to know,
Mhm.
but don't allow the next client to ask you that same question and you don't know the answer. So, right. So, because my first time I used to literally carry what I consider the doula Bible
mhm,
with me
mhm,
because even though I knew the positioning, I didn't know the positioning. So it's okay to have a book, but after a while, you get into a rhythm. You pretty much know the signs, the signals of what is happening in the mom's pregnancy, whether she's the baby is turned certain ways and all of
mhm,
that, but it will come. So you
mhm,
have to trust yourself, trust your knowledge, and trust who you are because you got this. And I think I say that in my book too. That is one of the nuggets that I tell most moms. Everything you need, you already have. You just got to stir it up. You
mhm.
got this. So you can do this. If he brought you to this, he will be here to help you through this.
Amen.
So,
Exactly.
Do you feel like you need to be a mother in order to be a good doula?
nope. You just
Nope.
have to have. Nope. I know quite a few doulas who have never birthed one child, and
Wow.
it is definitely a heart thing. And I
Mhm,
can't I don't know how to explain it any other. You have to be compassionate about what a mom is going through because the
mhm,
fear is real. The
mhm,
pain of childbirth is real. And
mhm,
labor is called labor for a reason. It is
mhm,
not easy. It is true work. And if you're not willing to work to get baby here, then unfortunately you may experience the other side
mhm,
of pregnancy or labor, and that is I hate to say that word, but it's the cesarean world. And so if you don't do the work, you can't expect to cross the finish line the way you want it to. And so,
mhm.
yeah,
So, are you saying that most cesareans are as a result of not putting in the work? Is that what you're saying? Is
I'm
that
saying
is that a direct
sometimes.
result of? Okay.
Sometimes it can be because you didn't put in the work beforehand.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh,
a
okay.
lazy mom, sorry, I hate to use that word, but because you're tired when you're pregnant. Yes, you want to sleep. You just want to sleep and eat. But there are things that you need to do to prep your body and
Mhm.
to be prepared for birth. Just like you prepare for a marathon, labor is definitely a marathon. And your
Wow.
body has to be ready for this. And if you don't do the work, we're going to disqualify you. And so, because we disqualify you, you got to go back to the OR. And unfortunately, here in South Florida, that is one of the major oohs that we see in the medical. That's a whole new show. So we would have to, yeah, that's
Okay.
there are a lot of different factors that lead to Florida being the leading city or state, I'm sorry, in cesareans.
Mm,
And yeah, so you got to do some work,
mm.
if you want a birth that
You know
is
this. I'm glad you're saying this
Yeah.
because a lot of moms out there don't know this information. You
true.
know, they think all you need to do is just take vitamins or whatever, go to the doctor every now and then or
It
whatever.
is a whole different world. It is not just eating and drinking, but it is also exercise and stretching. It is a lot to go with it,
Wow.
and having a doula will make your journey a lot easier. And having a doula and it's not just me saying this is fact-based knowledge
Mhm.
that having a doula in the room with you shortens your labor experience, and a
Mm,
lot of times it allows moms not to even need medication.
mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, isn't that nice?
So we not only do we help you, but we help you in your pocket too. So if you don't need the
Wow.
medicine,
I'm sure they would love to hear that. Be excited
yes,
about that. You new moms
yes,
out there, hook up with Kim. I'm telling you, Miss
I'm
Kim
telling
Hinson.
you.
All right. So, what advice
Uh-huh.
do you have for first-time moms who are nervous about giving birth?
Get educated,
Mm,
because a lot of the nervousness, the fear it's because it's unknown. And
right.
so if you um go to childbirth classes, go to I know everybody's like, what? There are free classes out there. So you can get the free classes. Just go,
Mm-hmm.
because if you lay the foundation of the education and
Mm-hmm.
then you bring on a doula, that is a building block for you
Mm-hmm.
to understand what's going on with your body.
Mm-hmm.
Most women don't even know that their rib cage comes up and their organs move to make room for the baby.
Wow.
Mm.
The woman is a magnificent, whatever you want to call machine. We are, because we are made and built for this
Childbirth.
Mm.
childbirth. And honestly, our body knows this, because I will give you a one little fact that I'm sure most people don't know. Every child that is born, they have two nodules on the top of their head. Those nodules, when they make connection with the mom's pelvis, they fit perfectly, and they signal the body that birth is beginning. We need to do some things, and so the body starts to make the chemical called oxytocin, which helps to progress your birth along. Whoa, I know, right? When
Oh,
I
Wow.
learned that, I was like, what? And if you look in any baby's cranium, they have a two little dents right here,
yeah, I've seen those little dents in there.
and they fit. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Are you serious?
Yes, they fit.
Wow.
Yeah.
God
Wow.
is amazing.
So
That
yeah,
is amazing. God is amazing.
he is.
Wow.
He is. He is.
Mm, I tell you, this is very educational for me. Even though I'm not going to get pregnant anytime
Yeah.
soon, I'm enjoying this, learning about this
Yeah.
subject here. So, anyway, next question.
Yes, ma'am.
um, so how do you work with fathers or partners to be a part of the pregnancy and a part of the childbirth process?
Okay, so believe it or not, my job is not to take dad or the spouse or the partner's place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there to coach them both
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm,
to do it. So most dads don't know, partners or however they want, don't know that their touch for the mom helps her body say, oh, and then it starts to actually make the chemical that helps to alleviate
are you?
pain. And so when
Wow.
you show that dads how to give the correct massages, touch in, different places on the body. It helps mom to navigate the early portions of labor. So you give dads the same education that you're giving while you're giving mom her education. You do the same with dad. So you teach him what he needs to do in order to make mom comfortable, while I teach mom what she needs to position herself or how she needs to position herself. So
you're saying that the dads have the Midas touch?
They have the Midas touch, and we
Wow.
don't give them and we don't give them enough credit for being there in the room. So
Wow.
Well, this is all
New to me.
incredible new information that we've never heard of before. Didn't know that can actually produce a chemical in the woman as she's giving childbirth. And that will make it easier. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so you men out there, hey, this is not just about the women.
It's not just about
you too.
You too, right? Look, you help the baby get there, so you can help the baby get out of there.
That is awesome. All right. So anyway, next question.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're trying to look for a doula, say as a family, what should they look for when they're trying to choose the right doula?
The right. Number one is going to be the right fit. Because just because the doula is a doula, she may not be the doula for you. And so I would say, if you're going to search for a doula, have questions, have an interview, and then go through that process of elimination. Yeah, she was good, but no, she was too this or that. And so you literally have to go through the interview process for a doula as if you were going for a job. Because remember, this person is going to be with you in the delivery room. So you want somebody that you can honestly connect with. You don't want somebody to, you don't want that. You want somebody that you can build a relationship with and that will keep your confidences. And so make sure she's certified. Because there's a lot of doulas that are not certified. They've gone through the course, but they're not certified. And for me, having the certification says that I went an extra step to ensure that I'm doing the right thing for you. And I'm not saying that there are not doulas out there that aren't certified, that aren't good. But to me, to have that safeguard, I would definitely do a certified doula, because she is bound by her certification to keep your confidences and to also give you fact-based information, not what I feel like is right. So
all right. I am I feel so like I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot tonight.
Wow, whole new world.
Whole new world.
I'm not going to be on this journey of giving birth. It's just exciting to know the information.
Yeah.
And I can even pass the information. So everybody, I don't know, if you're searching for a doula, she just told you how to first find the right one. This the right one right here.
Promise you, for me.
I wouldn't trust anybody, but I'm not saying you can't trust anybody else, but I would definitely, if I were looking for a doula, I would call Miss Kim.
If I was looking for a doula, I would call myself.
All right, that's awesome. So anyway, we're gonna wrap that doula conversation up.
Yes, ma'am.
Leave some information for everybody to find your book.
Okay.
And in the comments, when we post, we'll make sure everybody knows how to find your book.
Okay. Thank you so much. There's
more
than one.
On a more personal touch.
Yes.
You have 10 adult children. Now, when I learned this about you, Miss Kim, I was floored. Because I'm like, who has 10 children? Who
These
has 10
days.
children? I'm like, look how beautiful she
I know.
is. And she looks so young. Well, she
I
is
never
young,
would
but
have guessed.
how do you have 10 adult children looking like you look? Oh my
But
God.
God, yes.
Amen.
Yes, but God, seriously? Yes.
Yes, girl. I mean, you
Gosh,
look so good.
I honestly
I
can
could not even
tell.
believe it.
I'm sorry.
I made her show me her 10 kids because I
Yes.
didn't believe it. I was like, show me your 10 kids.
Show me kids. Yes.
You sent me a picture of each and every one of them, and they are beautiful kids,
Thank
beautiful
you.
children.
I'm so proud
And
of them.
and they have beautiful parents. No wonder they are beautiful
Aw.
children. So anyway, can you
Yeah.
share with us, like, do you have any funny or heartwarming parenting stories you'd like to share with us about having
I have a whole lot, but I will tell you one. You know how your mom would always say, "Come here, baby, let me kiss it and make it better," right?
Mm-hmm.
So I am a mother of 7 boys. Okay, so that's that. I'm a boy mom, but
Mm-hmm.
one of my sons hurt his peewee. He
One
went
of
to
your
the
sons,
bathroom.
what? I'm sorry.
One of my sons hurt his peewee when he went to the bathroom,
Oh,
and the
okay.
top fell down on his penis while he
Oh,
was using the bathroom, and he comes running up the hall. Mommy, kiss it, kiss it. And so I was like, "Oh, mommy can't kiss that." Yeah, but mommy can make sure that it feels better. So yeah, children are so innocent, and they say the funniest things for real, for real.
oh my
Oh yeah,
God.
mommy's kiss makes everything better, for real,
Right,
for real.
but not in this situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
what a cute story. All right, so now let's talk about some of your other gifts that you have.
Woohoo!
We talked about you being an actress and you're being a songstress, and you also have other talents and gifts like crafting.
Yes, I
So
love.
you love all of it. So you're an artsy person.
I am. Oh my
You
gosh, I have a
are.
whole room dedicated, a whole bedroom dedicated to my crafts.
Oh,
So yes, whenever my mom sign on with me, I make sure that they have a little gift box with it's just my gift to them for entrusting me with their journey. And so the box is a keepsake box. It has your candles.
Oh yeah, you
Yay.
know what? Here's one of the candles that she purchased
Yes.
from the Truth One
It
Shop.
smells,
It's the All
yes.
Baby candle.
Oh, baby
Oh,
candles.
I'm sorry, I
Yes.
can't hold it right. But anyway, I'm not holding it right. But this is the girls and this is
Yes.
the boys.
Yes. And they smell amazing. All my moms want the candles. Do you have any more of the candles, Mom? Kim?
Really?
Yes. But I have them for future clients. And so, yes.
Do
But
you
I
have
mean,
one of
I
your
put,
boxes that you can show us right now?
it's not right here, but
Oh,
I
okay.
think yeah, I don't have one that's really made up, but yeah.
So
But
what's
I can
inside of the box when you give it to your
what's inside of the box. I have a baby's onesie that I monogram with "A doula helped me out." That's what the saying is on the baby's onesie. Your candle. They have a cigar for dad. Then they have some tea for mom, and then some candies. Those are, and then of course the box is monogrammed with their last name. So I present that to them when I go for their postpartum visit, and then of course, yeah, it's just my thank you to them because they entrusted me with such a special journey for them.
So they get a double blessing. They get you, and then they get a gift box as well.
Yay.
Isn't
Yeah,
that awesome?
Wow.
yeah.
And by the way, guys, the old baby candle is scented baby powder.
Baby
It
powder.
says it's
Yes,
baby powder.
it is wonderful.
Yeah, this one has the little feet. You see the little feet in there?
Yes. I thought that was the most wonderful, and I do mean wonderful little added nuance that you. So thank you.
Well, no, thank you. All right. So anyway, your gift as an actress. Can we
Woo!
expound on that a little bit? That's how you met your
That's how
husband.
I met Reggie. Yes, I
All
played
right.
his
Tell us about that.
girlfriend for a 6 week run of Ain't Misbehaving. I don't know if you're, privy to that information about who that is and all of that, but that was Nell Carter, and
Mm-hmm.
I was Nell Carter's character, and
Oh,
Reggie sang to me and kissed me every night for 6 weeks, and
during the play, right?
yes, and
During the
so
play, you weren't dating at the
no, we
time,
were not dating.
but
Mm-mm.
he had to kiss you.
He
And
had to
I
kiss
think
me.
that was part of the script.
That was part of the script. He had to kiss me and sing every night for 6 weeks. And so
And
that
that's
was
how the whole
Tuesday.
thing
Yes.
started,
And the rest is history.
huh? Woo! So you owe Neil Carter some money, girl.
Yes.
You gotta
So,
send that
so
money.
honey, yes, I thank you so very much, because without you, honey, I would not know that man. So yes.
Do you have any like recordings of that? Oh, that play where
Ooh.
you no?
I didn't, at the time I was doing community theater, and so
Mm-hmm.
I never expected it to go anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and so I did it for the fun of it, and so yeah, and I still do
Okay.
every now and then.
Yeah, I was just
Do
hoping that we could just go back and look
go
at
back
it.
and look.
Yeah,
No,
and
unfortunately.
enjoy.
Well, I have stills. I don't have actually reels of them, but I do have stills or pictures of us in the
Mm-hmm.
show together. So I can make sure that you get those. Um,
Okay, please.
so yeah. So
You know what? We'll post those.
okay, thank you. Because
Yeah.
let's see. I did get a chance to be in a movie because
Oh,
of it.
really?
Yes.
She's a movie star, you
Trouble the
guys.
Water.
What's
Oh,
the
So
name
yeah.
of
wow.
it?
Trouble the Water. It's a
Trouble Water.
documentary of Katrina.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
so we can go back and find that somewhere. Where
You
can
can go
we
back
find
and
it?
find it. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Where can
Yep.
we find it?
I'm sure it's probably still on YouTube right now. I'm not sure if it ever made it to Netflix, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
See how sitting down here. Girl, I gotta get your autograph.
no, 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 no,
And
no,
the
no.
other facet of Miss Kim in
Yes,
the arts is she sings.
I see.
Yay.
She sings in the Tabernacle Choir, and she also sings in the Ebony Chorale. So,
Yes,
do
I
you want
love,
to
I love.
expound on that a little bit?
At church, of course, I sing soprano. Singing to me is my expression of love to God. And
Mm-hmm.
so I know people think that, I mean, it's so cliche, but it is really my thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Reggie and I both sing all the time around the house. But would you believe, even though I can sing, I am very um, stage fright, or I have such bad stage fright when it's time for me to sing. Now I can
Mm-hmm.
act all day, but it's
Mm-hmm.
when I have to sing in front of people, I get so terrified. But yeah, but I'm
Well,
trying to
Kim,
get
you're
out
not
of that.
alone.
Okay, so
No,
did you
you're
just
not
learn how to
alone.
push through?
It
Okay,
never goes away. The nervousness never goes
and
away.
well, that's a
It's
good something.
it's
Mm-hmm.
because you care. That's all it is. And it's
Really?
normal to be it's normal to be nervous. As a matter of
Okay,
fact, if you're not nervous, something's wrong.
something's wrong. I got you.
So yeah, so be all right with being nervous because that
Me.
just means that you care and you want
I
to do
do.
a good job. And you
Uh,
do a good job. I've heard you sing. You sing very well.
you're so
Yeah,
kind, Cheryl. You're so
yeah.
kind.
And so you've been traveling with the Ebony Chorale,
Yes, I've traveled
singing.
with the chorale. I actually sang first soprano for the Ebony Chorale, and
Hmm.
before joining the Ebony Chorale, I never sang choral music. So I haven't been formally trained, but this is a way for me to get that experience and training. And
Hmm.
I'm learning a lot about breathing and vocal control by
Hmm.
being the first soprano, and yeah, Doc is our director, and he pushes you to your limits. So I am very thankful for even having that opportunity. But I love them too. So yeah.
Yes, both choirs are amazing choirs.
Amazing, yes.
Yes, and I've seen you in both. As a matter of fact, I'm your sister in one of the choirs, which is the Tabernacle Baptist Church Choir.
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to Tabernacle Baptist Church Choir.
Yes.
All right, under the direction of Ralph Pittman.
Ralph
And
Pittman.
we also are joined with the direction of Deborah Jones
Deborah
and
Jones.
Dr.
Yeah.
Walter Pierce, who helps out. So shout out to everyone.
Everybody, a magnificent trio.
Yes, yes. All right. So anyway, I think we're done here. Do you have anything else you want to ask, Miss Kim?
Well, I just thankful to know you, Miss Kim.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just such a shining light.
Yes.
You're so creative.
Yes.
I love your purple hair.
Yes,
her purple hair.
I'm gonna get mine purple too.
Yeah, yeah. So just continue being a blessing, continue being a ministry. Just as you walk through a room, you're a ministry. Just as you interact, as you smile, as you speak, you're a ministry.
Look, y'all cannot make me cry tonight. Thank you for your kind words. But
such a beautiful spirit, and I'm so glad to know you.
No, believe me, it is all
wonderful person.
My pleasure. It is all my pleasure because I don't have friends outside of my sisters. But I can honestly say,
yes, you do now.
I can say I now have friends because yes, and I mean you have opened your arms and heart to me from day one, and I really appreciate that. And hey, I get a chance to hang out with Ali as well, who is such a jewel. You know, the diamonds are always cold, right? But I see your sparkle, honey. I see your sparkle. Don't play. I do. I see your sparkle.
I call her Alapuka. Everybody should call her Alabelle.
Say, all right. Well, thank you, ladies, for having me on. If it's anything you need,
the blessing
I got you.
It's all ours.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, all right?
Yes, no problem. Thank you. You all have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye.
All right. Bye.